We at it again, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the second episode of Calf Chats. Calf Chats is a vlog brought to you every Tuesday and Saturday with your host, me, Johnny Beech, talking to you about good music. Episode 2. Considering, I guess, it's our second date, I think we should get to know each other a little better. Why are you watching some dude on the internet telling you what music you should be listening to? My name is Jonathan Samuel Beech. I go by Johnny Beech, and I spell it Joni. To be honest, I've done it like that ever since I was 7, so I kind of just ran with it. I've had 1,000 Joni Mitchell jokes in my lifetime, so YouTube commenters, you don't need to worry about that. We've covered that ground over the past 22 years, so. Also, Joni Bitch. I come from a small town in between Manchester and Liverpool called Newton Willows. Probably the biggest person that's ever come out of it, the only Rick Astley, who you will know, you've probably been rickrolled once or twice in your life. He's from my town! Being in between Manchester and Liverpool, you have huge musical influence, on either side. Oasis, Joy Division / New Order, Echo and the Bunnymen, Elvis Costello, Cortinas, Happy Mondays, Beatles. Both Manchester and Liverpool have a wealth of musical culture around it. So being right in the centre of it, it's hard not to think some of that music would rub off on me a little. I'm not going to say rub off on me. I think that's a little weird to say. But it's hard not to think that some of it would have a massive influence on me. I can't remember a time when I wasn't ferociously into music. If I had to pinpoint it, I'd say my first musical influences were video game soundtracks like FIFA, Burnout and such, and my brother. My brother was 7 years older than me, so he was 7 years ahead musically, and all his favourite bands would translate into my favourite bands eventually. My first favourite band, I'd have to say, would be Wolfmother, and that was because my brother got me into Wolfmother way back in the day. Then a few years passed, and the love for Wolfmother eventually died down, and then I moved on to Coheed and Cambria. Then I was into Coheed and Cambria for about 4-5 years, proper obsessed. I even got to meet him a few times. Lovely guys, spot on. Shout outs to Coheed and Cambria. Although I wouldn't call it an emo phase, if we would define Coheed as an emo band, then my emo phase died down after a few years. I found myself getting back into a typical FIFA soundtrack band, and that band was Block Party. Block Party were a massive influence on me. I went and got this tattoo in February of this year. It's the 10th anniversary of Silent Alarm, which is one of my favourite albums of all time. Blue Light is a song off of it, so I got myself a little blue light bulb. Now so much music feeds through to me on a daily basis that if it sounds good, I dig it. Every summer for the past 6 years, I have spent every last one at a music festival. Leeds, Download, Leeds, Sonosphere, Leeds, Glastonbury, Parklife, Glastonbury, Download. I don't go on holidays anymore. I just go to festivals. I find myself making plans every single year to try out a new festival, and it's the best way to spend a summer, really, in my opinion. For the past year and a half now, I dabble in DJing. It started off with this house party one time when my mates were playing on some decks, and me and my drunken self was just like, yeah, let's have a go. And I was terrible, but I really liked it. So I borrowed their decks every weekend or so for the few months afterwards, and I got better at it. And they specialised in deep house, but myself, I built up an indie catalogue and then worked through that. After a few months of bedroom DJing, I decided I'd play a few house parties at my uni. And then I DJ'd more parties, and more parties, and more parties, until I ended up getting a residency at my favourite nightclub, The Warehouse in Preston. I loved that club because it held gigs back in the day of the Stone Roses, Joy Division, Velvet Underground, and I played on that floor. Every time I played there, it was an amazing feeling. Right now, I'm taking a break from the DJing so I can focus on Knife and Fork Factory and make sure that you guys get the best content out there. So you're welcome. When I wasn't DJing at uni, I was actually studying something. I have a bachelor's degree in film production. It was good. Most of the people on my course used it to make short films or work on projects that would lead to feature films, whereas me, I figured out pretty quickly that I preferred filming bands and hanging out with bands and making videos of them in the studio. So we put together an old web series where we invited bands in for an acoustic set, put them out on YouTube, and it's those videos that have led to Knife and Fork Factory. It's just developing. It's just It's just a developmental process. Right now, at the same university, I'm studying a master's in music industry management and promotion. So I'm getting an idea of the biz. I don't just know how to make videos, I know a knowledge of how the industry works and stuff. I know that I want to combine both these degrees into one company. CAF was born out of the desire to fulfill that need, as well as tying in that I love to give new bands a shot. I've always loved not making music, but sharing music. To my friends at school, through to playing music I love at nightclubs. I've always had the desire to stay one step ahead of people in fresh, good music. So building a platform like CAF makes complete sense. I hope that this was enough to prove to you I'm the right guy for suggesting good tunes for you. And to coin a certain former presenter's phrase, that bombshell. We will leave you now till the next episode of CAF Chats. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, do whatever you do. Really sorry about that. And yeah, I'll see you really soon. In our next video, we're going to be talking about top 5 music documentaries. So let me know what kind of films you're into. We're going to be talking about real good films about music culture, films about bands. Keep 'em peeled.